Hey guys, I do have to apologize. It's been so freaking long. I did make some videos recently. They've been done for quite some time. But both B, well, I'm not B, I, or B and I, both of us ended up getting sick. So that kind of put a pause on everything. I have Sophia's birthday video. I have B's birthday stuff. Just a lot of good videos, about 5 of them. But I was thinking about something really recently and I wanted to make a video on it. Um, Sorry, I'm looking off into the distance. I'm trying to think, and the screen in front of me is so freaking bright. So recently I started thinking. It seems to be that everyone born from 1990 till 1999 or 2001, whatever have you, it seems that we've all been dealing with the same kind of thought process from our parents, and that thought process is we should be grateful. And I absolutely, positively I hate it. I hate that thought process so much for the simple fact of I didn't ask to be born. My neighbor didn't ask to be born. B didn't ask to be born. B's mom didn't ask to be born. No one really asked to be born. Your parents, every single one of ours, made the adult decision to lay down and open their legs and invite a member into them. And once you invite a member into them, you take that risk of having a baby. And when you take the risk of having a baby, contrary to popular belief, children aren't baby to 18 and then you're done. Children are forever. You are stuck with them for the rest of your life. When your kid is 21, 44, 56, it doesn't matter. They're still your kid, which means they're still kind of your responsibility. All you can do from child to 18 is try to rear them in the right direction and put them on a path so that they're going to be great citizens in this lovely society. But if you don't, and your kid is failing, then that means, sir and madams, that your kid's not the failure. You are the failure because it's your job to raise these children and rear them in a good direction so that their life can profit. So, for us 90s kids, because I'm hearing this a lot from everyone's parents, literally, y'all parents who are sitting on your asses complaining that your fucking 20, 21, 20 anything child is still in the house, it is your fault. Because you're the people who ruin the economy, making it nearly impossible to move out of the house. It's your fault that the economy is ruined, first and foremost. Or if not your fault, your parents' fault. And it also is your fault that we're stuck in this predicament. It really, really is. There's no reason why I can pretty much look at like my friend and we'll compare what's happening. I used to have a friend, um, his name's Robert, whatever you want to call him, but I used to have a friend, and one of the biggest things that both of our parents, for whatever reason, had like in common is they thought that everything was our fault. Um, And it was kind of crazy to me because I'm like, you're the adults, first off. It is not our fault that you had us when you were really young. It's not our fault that you opened up your legs. Like, I did not decide today is the day I'm going to come out of a vagina. But his mom and my mom, they both were just like, oh, well, you're in my house. You have to go to school. You have to get a job. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to do this. You have to do that. But why? In the sad fucking situation, and no disrespect to him or anybody else in this situation, or even myself, but the sad fact of the matter is we're all living under someone's roof still to this day. It's like they put so much energy onto getting us to do certain things that were beneficial to them and their plan on how our life was supposed to be, and it didn't even get us there. Like, he's under somebody else's roof. I'm under somebody else's roof. We're living in someone's parents' fucking house, and neither one of us are progressing in the terms of where we should be at this age if our parents had done for us what they were supposed to do for us, or what they could have done for us and chose not to. And it's really annoying. It's really annoying. It's just like, for instance, and I use this analogy all the time in my head, but I never get it out of my head. Um, Parents always feel like they're doing so much for us. They're just like, oh, well, I've done this for you, and I've done that, and I've done this. And what I say is, well, if it's not what needed to be done or what I wanted to be done, then it doesn't really matter at all. And what I mean by that is, if there is a baby, you're having a baby, ooh, and the baby needs a diaper change. And instead of giving the baby a diaper change, you give the baby a bottle. It was nice that you gave the baby a bottle. That was pretty cool. But at this current moment, the baby needs a diaper change. So you giving it a bottle is doing absolutely nothing for anybody. It's a waste of resources. It's a waste of time, and it's just really ignorant. And it bothers me when I have all of these adults, and it could be anyone's age. It could be any adult, grandpa, uncle, anybody, aunt, sissy. But it bothers me when you have these adults who see what you really need, or you're really asking for something in particular, and they give you everything but what you're asking. And then when they give it to you, they're just like, oh, well, you should be grateful because I gave you this. Like, thanks for the bottle, but my butt stinks. I kind of am getting a little bit of a rash over here. I just want to like get that off of my shoulders, because I just feel there is a constant repetition with us kids in the 90s where our parents just feel, or our grandparents, or anyone from this older generation just feels like we should be so fucking thankful. And I think that no, we are the generation of change. Literally every kid from the 90s, we have seen so much change in such a short period of time. Like, I'm 21, and I've gone from playing a Game Boy with no color to things with 3D color and optical illusion. It's just like all sorts of weird things that I would have never thought could have came when I was 2 or 3 or 4. And yes, when I was 2, 3, and 4, I do remember that stuff. I'm just a little human. People think that you can't remember, but you can. But it's just like we're the age of change, and if we keep doing things in this old bigoted way, then we're not going to progress. And the first part starts with helping the youth. Literally, help the youth. So many of my friends have so much potential, so much things to offer this world, but they are stifled by these parents who are just like, oh, well, you're 19. Yeah, what the fuck does that mean? You're 40. Does that mean you shouldn't eat? You shouldn't have a roof over your head? Like, stop making, and this is to everyone, literally, stop making life harder than what it is, because life is already hard enough. It's already hard enough. You doing little shit like deciding all willy-nilly that you're not going to help, and this is not directed towards anyone, but in general, because I've dealt with a lot of different human beings in this period of time. But you just deciding willy-nilly that you aren't going to help is ridiculous. Because it all comes back around. When my parents are all old and decrepit and looking for somebody to wipe their ass or put them in a senior citizen home, I'm just going to be like, oh, well, I just got stable about 2 years ago. I can't really afford you. It's going to be the exact same thing done to me, done to you. And it's not about getting back or revenge. It's just about the fact in the situation. Like, I should have been stable in a niche about 2, 3 years ago. And if I'm just now getting there, then about 5, 6 years from now, I'm going to be just having kids. So I'm definitely not going to be ready to take in a senior citizen or a person of need when they're going to need it. And that's going to be the sad reality. All right, guys. Peace.